Hi, people. I should learn how to do shorts on YouTube because this is just a quick one. Mini Hampstead update. Things are ramping up because of a long-term plan in place to try and mind control, force the children to double down on the retractions as they come of age this year and next year. And also, you know, a multimedia push with Mostrous, Lexi Mostrous, Tortoise Media and Channel 4 and so on. So anyway, so I believe it's Abraham Christie sharing comments. And again, this is cyberspace. Like when I first started working, I put 10,000 in that my sister left me in her will into my work GoFundMe at the time. And I literally did a lot of on the ground work at my sister's expense. So I've met a lot of people, but really the thing I would say with cyberspace is psychological warfare, psychological operations. It's just huge. Cyber warfare is just it's like World War III unrolling. So I believe the person commenting is Abraham Christie, the ex-boyfriend of Ella Gariva, the one to whom the children disclosed, and the one who's being used as an excuse for the Hampstead case being reopened because he was temporarily in the United Kingdom. I believe he's not anymore. He's back in his home in Morocco. But that was the excuse to reopen the case. Two grounds: that they had intelligence that Abraham was back in the UK, and the little girl will be 18 this year, and the little boy will be 18 next year, and they're being groomed and prepped for a huge psyop of retraction reinforcement, because the first retraction was utterly pathetic. Utterly. This is not a new, children, if you follow me at all. It's on what was made, you know, what you were led and coerced to do and say. So I'm going to read this comment, which I believe is from Abraham, because I lost it the last time, and I think it's important. Abraham's not always right. He sometimes thinks I'm an agent of the state, and I think he's ongoingly been harsh with Sabine, but I still think his input is powerful. And there was other parts of his input that shocked me, saying that not only did the children molest a little 3-year-old on the campsite in Morocco in 2014, but they said something like they probably had to kill that little child, otherwise Daddy would be mad with them. Daddy being Ricky Dearman. It's like, this is deep, deep shit, people. So I'm going to read this. I'm going to read this comment. Why did my Freemason policeman brother-in-law, now this is Jean Clement, who's the brother-in-law of Abraham Christie, Jean Clement Yahiru, I probably haven't pronounced that right, take Steve Martin secretly to my home behind my back whilst I was at work in 2011, 3 years before the Hampstead cover-up. Wow. Now, I have to tell you, Steve Martin has got a reputation pre-Hampstead cover-up. And somebody that's got a vast amount of evidence against him, I won't say her name at this stage, although I get really annoyed at people still protecting their name 6-8 years later, but it was a mother of 6 children living in, you know, near Hampstead, and was involved with Steve Martin and caught him out very, very majorly, including with recordings and paper evidence. So then Abe goes on to say, how do I know? 2011. Wow, this is dark and deep. The same way as Ricky Dearman used to troll Danielle George, aka Danielle Laverite, way before the Hampstead case to do with pornography connections. This didn't just start in 2014. So Abe goes on to say, how do I know? I arrived home early from cash money for silver business and caught them red-handed bang to rights. So you caught Jean Clement and Steve Martin in your... Wow. I only worked out the significance when I noticed Steve Zorro Martin lie to Elisa 3 times about ever having met Jean Clement. Wow. 5 minutes after agreeing with Elisa that they should both be truthful. Wow, this is big, Abraham, this is big. Why did he lie 3 times? Steve Zorro Martin lied to Wood Green cover up the fact that he and Jean Clement had conspired to discredit me as a child abuser at the behest of my ex because I had uncovered her Wood Green cover up in 1994. This is deep, Abe. This needs to come out. Just in terms of the character of Steve Martin, because he's been at the centre of every court case that has locked people up. So 3 years before the Hampstead cover-up, Steve Martin was conspiring to stitch me up as a child abuser. How must the Muppets have felt once Elisa and Gabriel disclosed to me, of all people, yes, God moves in mysterious ways. Then to whom did I take the children, the evidence? To my brother-in-law, Freemason policeman, Jean Clement Yahir. Now, do you have evidence he's a Freemason? I'm not disbelieving you, you know. And to whom did JC report? His publicly exposed lying Freemason policeman colleague, Steve Zorro Martin. Now, I was with you on this 100%, Abe, until I read or I listened to Alison Aitken, the Australian school teacher, reading the evidence that said, according to Ella, or Debs, I don't know who wrote it, but that Jean Clement had been raided the day after reporting your disclosure, and he had his computers forcibly taken and hidden in Chingford. Let me just see. Okay, I'm just making a video for Abraham because I found the comment again. So I'll finish it in 1 minute. I'll finish it in one, and then I'll send you a Zoom. All right, love you. Right, it's gone. Right, yeah. I'll just sorry, guys. Interestingly, Ricky Dearman's first instinct, once Elisa warned that I suspected he was somehow responsible for their dysfunctional behavior. No, actually, I didn't finish that. Right, it says, so, says Abraham Christie, Jean Clement, Steve Martin, and my ex, ex-wife, okay, are all implicated in both the Wood Green cover-up and the Hampstead cover-up. Bingo. And I would ask, I'm going to say your name, the mother of 6. I won't say it this time, but I'm going to say it very soon. You need to speak up. You have written and recorded evidence about Steve Martin. It's time to speak up. Let's see the Muppets lie, cry, and deny their way out of that. Yeah. So Jean Clement, Steve Martin, and my ex are all implicated in the Wood Green cover-up. That's the one I think this mother of 6 was had evidence on. And the Hampstead cover-up, bingo. Interestingly, Ricky Martin's first instinct, once Elisa warned that I suspected he was somehow responsible for their dysfunctional behavior, was to order Elisa to steal my phone for him to contaminate with cheese pizza. We all know what that stands for. Why are these Muppets so intent on jailing me as a child abuser? Know thy enemy. Channel 4. send my regards to Ghislaine Maxwell, apologist Jay Beecher. Bravo, bravo, Abraham. Right, I'm late for an appointment, but I just wanted to record that because do you know what? We are going to get to the bottom of this. We really are, in Jesus' name. Right, stop sharing and talk soon, people.